When you're buying long-distance real estate, it's incredibly important that you do your due diligence so you don't get scammed. That's the topic of today's show. Let's dive in. Hey, real estate investors, welcome to another episode of the Investment Properties for Sale show. As always, I am your host, James Wise. Bringing all the action to us from behind the scenes is my main man, Tommy. And today's show, today is going to be, not only are you guys going to have the opportunity to bid on this property at a basement price, a fire sale price, so to speak, but we're going to learn a little bit of strategy here today. I like to, try to make all of these shows as educational as I can, but today is going to be a little bit different because we're really going to learn a lot today. The property, 12904 Thornhurst Avenue, Garfield Heights, 44118. This is a duplex that I have priced for a ridiculously low price if you've been paying attention to the market. $44,900. Each unit is 2-1, and the market rent for each of these units is going to be $700 a month. So that is a total of $1,400 a month. If you've been paying attention to my shows, if you've been watching the Cleveland market, you know that to pick up a duplex in Garfield Heights with anything above $1,300 a month in rent, right now you're paying between $85,000 and $90,000. So why is this particular duplex only $44,900? Well, here's the situation, guys. Sometimes when you're a real estate investor, right? You guys are all investors out there. We make our money when there is blood in the water, right? We make our money when there is sellers who are in a distressed position. And the particular seller of this property is an out-of-state investor who is over a barrel, man. These folks are in a distressed position. It is what it is. I'm going to talk to you about their particular situation, allow you the opportunity to make some money by taking a problem property off of their hands, and hopefully show you what to do and what not to do so you don't end up in their position. What these folks did is, they're out-of-state investors, okay, and, they're cruising sites like BiggerPockets.com, okay, and that's just the particular website that they happen to be introduced to this particular seller. That is not anything to do with that website itself. That could happen anywhere. It could happen on Instagram, could happen on YouTube, could happen on Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere, right? There's bad actors everywhere. That just happened to be the medium that they were introduced to this dude. Long story short, a seller who claims to be a turnkey operator and a property manager, he sold these folks a bill of goods, right? He sold them this property and then sold them on doing all of these repairs and renovations. And he then eventually, just stopped. He didn't actually renovate the property. Their point of sale actually expired, right? They were getting citations from the city of Garfield Heights. At first, he had claimed to them that everything is almost done and that the property is about to be rent ready. And it turns out that's not the case. As you'll see from the footage on the screen, right, this is just a property in total disrepair. These folks were under the impression that this thing was about to be rent ready. But, I mean, look, we got, like, kitchens that just didn't get installed. Like, the home itself is missing kitchens. There's shit all over the place. The point of sale was never cleared like he said that it should have been. And this guy, he's going around, I guess, allegedly, right? I don't there's two sides to every story. I have not personally interviewed this particular seller. I'm only hearing this from them because they came to us and they're like, hey, can you get us out of this situation? We don't want anything to do with the Cleveland market. We don't want anything to do with being real estate investors. This has just soured us. So can you liquidate the property for us? And of course, I said, absolutely, we can. They were anticipating that their property was going to be worth one value. And, they were pretty shocked when I explained to them, hey, guys, with where you're at, all the stuff new investors are going to need to do, the only price we're going to be able to sell this for is $45,000. So that was a big shock to them. They were going to lose a decent chunk of money on this property because, their contractor pretty much walked away with their funds. So right now, folks, this is where you come in, right? You're going to be able to come in and take this problem off their hands. The purchase price, $44,900. What we need to do, and HoltonWise will be able to handle all of this for you. We need to obviously handle all the cosmetics. We have to go into these units, get rid of all the shit, actually finish installing the fixtures, repainting, doing the floors, the normal stuff that we need to do to get these properties rent ready. On top of that, we have to handle this POS. This is what's left from the POS. The original POS actually expired because the previous contractor never cleared it. So these folks, they kicked the property over to HoltonWise so we can sell this property to all of you guys. So we went ahead and we orchestrated a new POS with the city of Garfield Heights, and this is what is left on it. I've got that on the screen for you. We've got a total of 18 items that we need to handle. Just, random stuff, remove form boards from sidewalk concrete sections and backfill. They actually, we're doing a little bit of concrete work and they just never actually finished the job. Replace light fixture at front entry. Provide downspout at rear of the garage. Clear vegetation around the garage, repair asphalt drive and seal coat. That's the big ticket item on this list. This POS report will be available for you guys, so you'll just be able to shoot my team an email, sales@holtonwise.com, and we'll get you the full report. So to clear off this report and handle everything inside of the property to get the property fully rent ready, we are looking at a price of approximately $30,000. Could be slightly higher, 30 to 35. Worst case scenario, I would assume 35,000 would be our worst case scenario, but I think I got a hunch it should be roughly 30. So if you pick it up for $44,900, we put $30,000 into it. You're all into the investment for $75,000. Now, similar properties in Garfield, like I said, we're selling them for between $85,000 and $90,000 right now. So that is the value add for you, right? You guys are able to come in, take this problem off of our sellers' hands, and do a Burr deal, right? So instead of you paying $90,000, you're able to pick it up at a much lower price, get a much lower tax appraised value, and then you're able to keep that equity for yourself when you do your cash out refinance. So instead of going in and paying $90K and having to pay 25% down, right? If you went and you put in $45,000 to purchase it, then your $30,000, that's an all-in cost of $75,000, and it appraised for $90,000. You would.
Based in Indianapolis, Indiana, FS Houses is the premier investment property brokerage. With an in-house property management department that can take care of all those unwanted landlord headaches, FS Houses can offer you the complete turnkey solution as well as wholesale properties offered to you at a discounted rate. With a network of thousands of active investors, wholesalers, and brokers, FS Houses can help you sell your property for top dollar on the open market or in a hurry to motivated investors seeking distressed real estate. Visit fshouses.com or call 317-492-9025 for more information on the Indianapolis, Indiana real estate. HoltonWise has a worldwide audience of real estate investors. If you are a lender, home inspector, or anyone else with a real estate related business who would like to increase your sales and exposure with an ad in one of our videos, go to HoltonWise.com today.
You'll then be able to do a cash out refinance. So if we got this bad boy to appraise at $90,000, All right, so we get $90,000 appraisal. The bank would then give you back $67,500. So that means all into the deal. Remember, you spent $75K cash, okay? So if you went and bought this thing turnkey, right, and you had to pay $90,000 for one of these properties. You go in, you pay $90,000. You have to put down 25%. That's $22,500. In this particular situation, this is why BRRRRs are so popular. You pay $75,000 cash, $45,000 to acquire the property, $30K for the reno. You're all in for $75K. If we do get it to appraise at $90K, bank will loan you 75% of the value. That's $67,500. That means you're all into this for $7,500, guys. So on one hand, you could be in for $22,500. Doing it this way, you're only in for $7,500. That's going to be a cash savings of about $15,000 for you. That's why the BRRRRs are so popular. So the seller, they're over a barrel here, right? They're offering at a low price so you guys can come and add value. So that's the value add that you guys can do, and you're going to be rewarded by having an extra $15,000 in your pocket. Now, to make an offer on this property, you just want to submit an offer, sales@HoltonWise.com. Have your proof of funds ready. The property's beat to shit, guys, so no pre-approvals here, right? No lenders, right? This has got to be all cash. If you need lenders to do the refinance afterwards, send me an email, sales@HoltonWise.com. I'll get you my list of lenders who can do your refi later, but you're going to have to come in and pay cash. Now, here's the thing. Now that we have that out of the way, theoretically, I'm imagining a lot of you people, you're doing the numbers at home. You're like, well, yeah, that makes sense. That's a pretty solid deal. I'm getting good cash flow. I'm only into the deal for $7,500. Yeah, it's a done deal, guys. We offered it at the correct price, right? The property, it's shitty, right? So that's why the sellers were, they're expecting to get one price. I'm like, guys, this is the price. This is the only price that makes sense because you guys are not going to pay more. You don't want to be all into this thing for $90,000 because then you could just buy a turnkey asset. So you have to make some money doing the BRRRR up front. So by you taking all of this BS off of their hands and handling all this, you're going to make some money. So that's how we come up with that price. But now, what I think is important for the rest of the show, what I want to talk about is how do you guys avoid being in that situation, right? How do you guys avoid getting taken advantage of by a seller? Like, what are the red flags here? Now, the first thing, right, when you buy a property out of state, incredibly important. When you buy it from anybody out of state, you got to get a home inspection. Make sure you're getting a home inspection. You want to ensure that the property is going to be sold to you in the condition you're expecting it. That doesn't mean the property has to be perfect, right? If you guys are watching Holton-Wise TV, we sell you guys properties all the time that are in total disrepair. This one included. The problem lies when you guys buy properties where you're thinking you're getting a turnkey asset and then you get something like this. You're expecting everything to be done and then it turns out to be a total turd. Buying a turd makes sense like we just did here if you could run the numbers the right way and you end up only into it for $7,500. You're getting something of actual value for putting up with that BS. You're getting $15,000 cash back in your pocket because you're doing a BRRRR deal. But when you guys, you're trying to buy stuff and you're expecting one thing, you got to make sure you actually get that thing, right? That's how you get screwed. Another thing, you guys can't just look for the cheapest property managers or the cheapest vendors. That's why these folks got screwed. This particular seller that they bought this property from, this guy is running an unlicensed property management business. So if you're going to another market, it doesn't even have to be Cleveland, but let's just say it's Cleveland, guys. You're going to Cleveland and you're trying to buy a property and you're talking to the seller and they say they can do property management. The very first thing you need to do is check that they're actually a licensed real estate agent. If you don't know how to do that, go to the Ohio Division of Real Estate website and you can look up the license status of anyone. You want to make sure they're a licensed agent working for a licensed brokerage because to do property management for others in the state of Ohio, it is a legal requirement that a property management company be operated by a real estate brokerage, and some brokerages allow real estate agents to run little mini property management companies through their brokerage. So at the very least, the person you're talking to needs to be a licensed real estate agent, and they need to be able to tell you the licensed real estate brokerage that they are working out of. And if you go to the Ohio Division of Real Estate website, all of that information is there for you. My particular sellers in this particular situation, right? They were wooed by a slick talker who's not even licensed. He's able to offer you things for cheaper than other people. Why? Probably because he didn't have any intention of actually following through on the job. You know, he's probably selling them a bill of goods on how cheap he can get the renovations completed because he doesn't have any plans to actually do the renovations. They're paying him money for these renovations. Half the renovation gets done, and then he just walks away with their money. What exactly happened there, guys? That is no good. So you need to make sure you're working with licensed individuals. You need to make sure that you're not constantly chasing down the cheapest people in the world to do work for you on your properties. If you're going on like websites like Craigslist and just constantly looking for the cheapest folks, maybe every once in a while, yeah, possibly you can get a job done cheaper than if you went with like a large reputable company. Sure, that can happen. But the question is, can you actually get it done 100% of the time? Maybe you get lucky once or twice, but then boom, you run into a situation like this where you end up losing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a particular deal, all because you're trying to save a few grand working with someone who's super cheap. If they are cheaper than everyone else, guys, there's got to be a reason for that, right? What's the angle? If the market is saying everyone can charge X and you meet some new guy who's willing to do it for Y, why is that? Why is that person willing to do it for less? So those are the two things you definitely need to look out for first, guys. Look to make sure they're licensed individuals. Look to make sure they're charging a reasonable price. You don't want to be screwed over like these folks. And then, of course, make sure you get a third-party inspection on anything you buy. That's all I've got for you guys today. If this is the first time you've ever watched a show here on HoltonWise TV, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to do me a favor and smash that like button. As always, I'm James Wise with HoltonWise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy.
Rentec Direct provides you with an easy-to-use yet robust platform for managing your properties, complete with its built-in reporting and accounting system that can be customized to fit your business. For property managers, you get advanced features like simplified owner distributions, automated management and placement fees, an owner portal, plus the software is certified for trust accounting. All this comes backed by the highest-rated customer support team in the industry. Certified by third parties and ranked #1 by our clients year over year. You get unlimited free access to our US-based support team by phone, email, and chat, who will help you getting started or anywhere along the way.
Cleveland, Ohio is widely considered to be one of the top rental markets in the entire United States. This is because here in Cleveland, our housing prices are low and our rental prices and demand are high. At HoltonWise, we provide the complete turnkey solution for all real estate investors, whether they are local, out of state, or even abroad. As real estate brokers, we will provide you with agent representation to help you buy properties ranging from single-family homes to large apartment complexes. We even have referrals for lenders who can provide investment property loans to investors located in all 50 states, allowing you to capitalize on the use of leverage or other people's money. We have referrals to top-notch title companies, so you know that all of your transactions are safe and secure, with every single property being delivered to you with clear title. Once you close on the property, we have an investor-focused insurance brokerage who can handle all your property insurance needs. This insurance brokerage handles auto, home, life, and business policies, but they specialize in working with policies for landlords. We also have full-service property management. We can handle all rental property advertisements, tenant placement, rent collection, evictions, maintenance, landscaping, construction, and repairs. In addition, HoltonWise also offers digital media and education. One day, when you are ready to sell your investment, HoltonWise, as the #1 seller of investment properties in the greater Cleveland area, can market your property in a video just like this one to our worldwide base of investors who are looking to capitalize on the high cash flow opportunities in the Cleveland, Ohio market. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. HoltonWise, real estate investing made easy.